Data Science, a practical guide for beginners. Handling large, we are going to see about the introduction of numbering. So in today's session, we are going to learn about data cleaning and preparation. So when I say as data cleaning, just similar to data wrangling, it also has 6 steps. So first one is your standardize and capitalization. Next, once you are standardizing the capitalization, then you can detect and remove the outliers. And data cleaning process also includes handling the missing values, removing the irrelevant data, converting the data type as per the required application, and removing the duplicates. Moving on to the data preparation steps. You have 4 steps in data preparation. The first one, whatever the data you obtain, you discretize your data. That means you just put it in different bits, you categorize them. Okay. For example, converting the age into categories like young, middle age, or senior. Next, once the data has been discretized, then you move on for your data integration. It is nothing but combining the data from multiple sources in a unified data sheet. Like example would be merging the sales data from different departments. Once the data has been integrated, you just transform the data so that it is useful for analysis for our own application. So this data transformation, it just includes the normalization or the scaling or the encoding process. Okay, so standardizing is nothing but normalizing the values between 0 and 1, which is usually carried out in the machine learning models. Once the data has been transformed, then you reduce the data size while retaining the important information. So whenever you are going to have the data, not all the features are important for taking a decision. So in that case, you just take only the selected features, either using the techniques of PCA or any other techniques, and reduce the data. Thus, if you could see the data preparation, it includes data discretization, then integrate it, transform it, and then you reduce the data as per the application. So now we will see elaborately about the 6 process of data cleaning. The first one is a standardize the capitalization. Now we'll just take a code. Data is given as name, the name of the persons, Alice, Bob, and Charlie. Alice is given in a sentence case, whereas Bob, all the 3 letters are in caps, and Charlie is a mixture of both the alphabets. Now similarly, when you move on to their place where they stay, it is also jumbled one. One thing is in small case, one it is in the upper case, and another is in the lower case as well as in the upper case. Right? So the code will not be able to distinguish even if you give Alice and another name as ALICE in caps, so it will take us 2 different entities or 2 different attributes, right? So we have to solve this issue. So what has been done here, standardize the capitalization. So df name string dot lower, which converts all the names in the lowercase characters. The next thing, for the data frame city, df city dot str dot title. It just provides the title case, that is the starting of each word has been capitalized. Okay, so whenever the data are going to be in different formats, so the code will not be able to recognize. So what is the first condition for data cleaning? So you just make it as either string in lowercase or string in uppercase or string in title case. Okay, the next thing is you have to deduct the outlier and then remove it. So here a sample data has been taken. Data is nothing but age 22, 25, 30, 29, 200, 27, 24, 28. All the ages are between 20 to 30 except this 200. By seeing the code as a human, we can identify it as a outlier. So now how the code is going to detect? So for this we are going to use a statistical method of interquartile range. Okay, so we are just fixing the values for the range between 0.25 and 0.75, and also we define the lower bound and the upper bound. And then once you define the bound, then you check for the condition to remove the outlier. If the value of the age is greater than or equal to lower bound, and if the for the data frame, if the age is less than or equal to upper bound, then you are going to remove the outlier. So the data which stays between the lower and the upper value alone will stay, and that is between 20 to 30, and the outlier value will be removed. The third step is the data cleaning process might also include the missing values. So we have just taken a sample data of salary of the persons 50,000, 60,000, and in two places it has been represented as none. Now what we have to do? So when we want to handle the missing values with the none values, we cannot process the code. So we just use a command called fillna. Okay, how it fills? You're going to fill the data frame of salary with the mean value. So with the remaining values, it takes the mean value and substitutes in the two places with the average value. So the index 2 and index 5, which was having a none value, has been replaced as with a mean value. So thus the missing value has been replaced by the mean 54,250. The fourth one, it removes the how to remove the irrelevant data. Here data is given as ID 123 and the name of three person Alice, Bob and Charlie has been given. Okay, so the ID is printed and the name has been printed. The comment good, okay, bad. Okay, so this good, okay, bad, it is not more significant to the names associated with it. So you can drop this unnecessary column. For this, what is the command given? Df dot drop. So that column equal to comment. So comment column is going to get dropped, so that in the output the comment column is not outputted. Fifth one, convert the data type. In certain places it requires the data from string has to be converted to integer. Just we have taken one example here. So the age of the people 25, 30 and 35, and df is a pd.data frame of the data. Now I want to convert this age to an integer, which is facilitated by adding a command called df.age dot as type bracket int. Okay, so we just take a small example to understand the concept. For example, I'm giving the age as 25. Now I'm saying print the age plus 5. If you could see, this is a integer and this is a string and this is a integer. Okay, we cannot add these both, right? But when I give as age is equal to int of 25, so now this will be assigned the value as integer. So now age plus 5 means it gives the output as 25 plus 5 as 30. Initially when I give print age plus 5, it relates to showing an error because you cannot add a string and the number. So in certain places we require that the data type to be converted to suit our application. Finally, the sixth one. Sixth one aims at removing the duplicates. Here the data has been given. Name is Alice, Bob and Alice. If you could see, the same name is getting duplicated here, but with different values of ages 25, 30 and 25. So age has been duplicated twice, Alice. So I just give a command called df.drop underscore duplicate. So whichever duplicate is in the code, it will get removed. Okay, so whenever I am printing 01 Alice Bob with their ages, once again with the index 2 Alice 25 doesn't exist. So the duplicate Alice 25 has got removed. So now thus we are in the final process wherein we have seen all the 6 possible methods of data cleaning. In the next session we will be seeing about the data transformation. Thank you.